welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so that you never miss a video. If you are new to the Career Savage community, Career Savage is all about providing up-to-date and relevant advice to working professionals and especially college students so that you guys are making well-informed decisions regarding your career. Today is a special request video that I found in the comments. Somebody told me to talk about my master's in public health. Again, looks like you guys are not tired of me talking about my MPH and talking a little bit more about my concentration in urban healthcare disparities, delineating some of the classes that I took, as well as what my schedule was like. So that is what today's video is about. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment on this video. All right, let's get started. Okay, so first let's talk about classes. I don't remember every single class that I took. The main classes I remember are my thesis, epidemiology, biostats, program planning, and that's it. I'm gonna link actually in the description box the link to my university's website where they actually list all the classes that you have to take. So some of the classes that I took were research methods, program planning and evolution, racial and ethnic disparities, race, cultural competency and health, global healthcare disparities, and those are just more curated to my actual concentration, but we still were required to take those general public health classes. Like I said, epidemiology, biostats, research methods, those are very general courses that anybody would take if you're getting your MPH. But of course, like I said, I'm going to put the link down in the description box, so check it out. It literally lists every class we ever took. The one variation with my program was that at the end of year 2, because the program's about a year and a half, or like I like to say a year and 3/4, or if you wanted to say 2 years, whatever. We were either allowed to write our thesis, take some sort of grant proposal course, or we could go to Cuba. And if you decided to go to Cuba, you would basically go to class still, and they would talk about like the Cuban infrastructure in terms of their public health system, because Cuba actually really has an amazing public health system. And I'm interested to learn more myself about what they did during COVID, because their tracking and tracing is absolutely remarkable in terms of infectious disease or anything. So I decided to do my thesis. I didn't really want to go to Cuba for a number of reasons. I just thought that it would be better for me to learn how to channel my writings into a way to get published. And at my thesis, we actually ended up, myself and the other person who wrote a thesis with me, we both ended up getting published journals, which I'll put the link down below if you guys want to read it. It's about COPD in South Los Angeles. So that was really fun for me. And I think it just depends on what you want to do with your career. So I work in pharmaceuticals, and a lot of people like are published writers, people in regulatory, medical affairs, whatever. A lot of people do have journals. So I thought that that would be a great branch for me to evolve in my space. But for people who are interested in community health or global health, going to Cuba made a total bunch of sense. Other than that, all the courses are pretty lined out for you. You don't really get to decide too much, but some tips that I have in general for your public health program is don't fail your classes, because if you fail a class, and by fail, drop below a 3.0 is what I mean. If you fail a class the first semester, you have to wait until the next year semester when that class is taking place again. And I don't know if this is only at Charles Drew or if it's most public health programs, but you literally delay yourself. So I remember the director of the program saying that one person literally took like 3.5, 4 years to finish their MPH because they failed one class and had to wait all over again. So stay on top of your coursework. My general schedule in regarding my program, it was a program for working professionals, and I wanted that because I wanted to work still. I don't like to be broke or not be able to like support myself and rely on my mom or my family. So I really, really wanted to work while I was getting my master's, and Charles Drew allows for you to do that. So my classes were from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and it was 3 to 4 days a week. In the last 2 semesters, I believe it was 4 times a week, something like that. As I've said in other videos, I would literally wake up at 4 a.m., drive to work, because I worked in Thousand Oaks and was living like 2 hours away from that without traffic. So I would drive to work, and then after work I would drive to class. So I would work from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. and then I would drive to class, and I'd be in traffic for 3 hours. So I'd get to class around 6:30, and then I would get home around 9:30, 10, and then I would, talk to some Career Savage clients or do my homework and do it all over again. in until I got a job closer. I did that for about 3 months or for 1 semester, and then I was like, this is too much. So I found a job that was closer to home. But if you want to work while you're in school, definitely look for programs that offer that. I always will recommend CDU just because I absolutely loved a few of my professors and my advisor, Dr. Bita Amani. I always say this. Dr. Bita Amani and Naina Harawa were amazing professors, and I learned a lot from them. They really do challenge you as a student. So I thought that was great. And they create a good environment for you to ask questions and make mistakes so that you can become a better professional. And the last category, we've covered classes, we've covered my schedule, and the next thing I want to give is just general advice in terms of like picking your concentration and navigating your public health program. I think picking a concentration that is relevant to what you want to do is what makes the most sense. At the time when I made the decision to pursue urban healthcare disparities, I was really interested in sickle cell. I had done sickle cell research in undergrad, and that's how I was able to get a job at a sickle cell pharmaceutical company and then work in rare disease and spaces such as that. So it made sense for me. Plus I'm very passionate about marginalized communities. So equipping myself with that kind of knowledge and information was what I wanted for my career, because I'm being a voice for marginalized communities. So when you're choosing your concentration, if you're interested in global health, concentrate in global health. If you know that you want to go into like healthcare policy, concentrate in healthcare policy. If you want to be an epidemiologist, obviously get your concentration in epidemiology. You know, that's the only thing that makes sense. And then, of course, if you want to go on with epidemiology track, you get your PhD. If you want to be a biostatistician, get your master's in public health and biostats, or get your master's in biostats. I think there's a debate with whether or not to get an MPH concentrated in biostats or to get the master's in biostats. It really just depends on what you want to do. So that's what I advise in terms of picking your concentration. The other 2 pieces of advice that I want to give in regards to being a part of an MPH program is I see a lot of people in comments for some of my videos saying that they want to get their MPH, but they're not exactly sure what they'll do with it, or like, I want this job, I'm going to get my MPH kind of thing. Don't get your MPH unless you know what you want to do with it. Don't get your master's unless you know what you want to do, period. I think it's a waste of money and a waste of your time, because you could get your MPH because you just got it on a fluke, and then you graduate and you realize, I don't want to do this, and then you just wasted all this money. There's no return policy on a graduate degree. There's no return policy on any degree. So if you're not sure what you want to do, I do not advise you pursuing your MPH. The other tip I wanted to give was to not attend a school that's not accredited. I know that there are a lot of MPH programs that they're not accredited, and you know, they probably have a great curriculum, but for me, I like to play it a little bit safe. I prefer a school to be accredited by CEPH before I even think about submitting my application, because it would be really annoying if I was trying to break into my industry and they don't recognize my master's degree. And for people saying they don't check whatever, when I was looking for a new job, they couldn't get in contact with my university, so they asked me to provide my diploma, my master's diploma. I was like, okay, so you guys really do check. So I would just say not to look into accredited schools that are accredited. Not to say that you have to go to like Harvard or Stanford or Columbia or an Ivy League, because I really don't think where you go matters. It's what you do with the degree, and if the school offers the curriculum that you're interested in. That is all the advice I have in regards to my urban healthcare disparities concentration and general advice in regards to your MPH. If you have any other questions, make sure you leave those comments down below so I can make videos like this to answer some of your questions. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Until next time, bye.